Fine, looks good. Also, like, this isn't professional. It's fine.
It's gonna be though.
One day. All right, Shlomo. Whatever. He's in it, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter, dude. This isn't like.
No, it is. It's professional.
All
Sorry,
right.
wait. It would be better if it's like this. Actually, sorry. I'm gonna move it.
In the meantime, I'll do a mic test.
Mic test. 1 2 1 2.
Boobies.
Testing.
Yeah.
Wait, we got to this bitch.
Wait, Aaron, keep it off. Keep yours off.
Okay.
Is it off?
Yes.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Alright.
Testing.
It doesn't go all the way.
I mean, I just have to be very close.
Do you want it to be going all the way to the end?
You want it, the more the better.
No,
Go.
because you're in the mirror.
Testing.
No, I just turned it on.
Turn it on.
You're in the thing.
Testing.
Is it on?
Testing.
Yeah. No, but it's not, he wants to see how loud it goes by us being like.
Yeah, like this.
Because you're in
It's
the.
not bad. Like, it's picking up pretty solid.
You can probably also get closer if Aaron.
Well, if you guys just share this one, then I'll just hold this one.
Yeah, we could do that too. I don't know. What do you think? Turn that one off for a second.
Go. It's off.
It's off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it goes pretty loud.
It's going all the way, even with me right now, and this is off.
Yes.
Aaron, talk.
Hello.
No, not all the way.
I mean, you can, whatever it's fun, like, it doesn't matter. Yeah, as long as, like, Aaron, the thing was, yours was only going up to, like, here.
Yeah.
It was
But
on
it was
settings.
on.
It was like one of these settings over here was wrong.
Joe,
How'd
you
you
might
figure
want
it
to
out?
sit like in that corner so that all your faces are facing the camera. Yeah, like that.
Yeah, you see me?
Yeah.
It looks good.
Yeah.
Alright.
Should I call my aunt quickly before so that I don't have to call her Darren?
No.
Color during
Why
my
you
God,
got
it's on.
color during? Are you just gonna hold on to it?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Yeah, Joe looks cool holding on to it.
I like holding on to it.
We're about to
might have
record
to-
our pod.
Wait, you want to
turn the mic like.
Testing. My aunt, whatever
We
I
got
say,
our
you
sound
can
guy
take
here.
personally.
Yeah. Just because Ari is not going to get picked up.
I think I'm gonna get picked up.
Maybe just do it like this.
Okay, love you. Have fun.
Love you.
Love you. Talk to you tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
And that, my friends, is how you say good night.
Alright, am I gonna hit
That's
am I
like
hitting-
you don't sing
am I hitting the record button?
a lullaby song.
I'm
Alright, let's do it.
How are we starting though?
Wait, do you want me to move that?
We're just gonna go.
No,
with it
it's
now.
fine.
Okay.
This could be like if we bring in a guest.
Okay.
Welcome
What up, guys?
to How We Met Their Father, episode 1.
How we
Wait,
met their father.
how we met their mother.
Off to a great start.
Yeah, should we?
No, How We Met Their Father wasn't that the Lulu show?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You can tell
I
Ari,
watched-
you can tell
I
Ari's
actually
like
watched
a
the
little
entire-
nervous right now
I
because
watched
this is
the
the first
entire
time
show.
on the podcast.
It's not first time on the podcast.
Me and Aaron's second time, but
Yeah.
will only be the first time with
It's
people
kind of-
actually seeing.
It's kind of Aaron's first time because he wasn't picked up the last time.
Yeah,
True.
it sounded like you were talking to yourself.
Yeah.
Probably better that way.
Oh, we got fans.
Oh, we got fans watching us.
So this podcast is about how I Met Your Mother, which is a show on Netflix that everyone has been watching right now. And Ari had an amazing idea that we should do a podcast about it.
I thought that was your idea, Joe.
Now that Ari's here, I'm giving him credit.
Oh, thanks. No, I'll take credit for the name, not for the pod.
Okay. It was all of our ideas for the podcast.
Yeah, I agree.
I think the plan is, like I said, we haven't really discussed the plan,
We have no plan.
which we're now discussing now on the podcast, that we should do like every 2 to 3 episodes, one podcast episode.
Oh, interesting. You want to do 2 episodes in one?
No. Yeah. But I feel like these first few episodes are amazing and there's so much to talk about that they'll get their own. But
That's
like
true, that's true.
season 4, episode 16, should we look what that is?
That's the one where they met blah blah.
If that is, then I owe you a drink.
I can guarantee you it's not.
What number did I say?
Episode 16 of season 4.
Episode 16 of season 4. Alright, I'm scrolling here.
Anybody who can guess what episode that is before we get it gets a drink by Coach Jofro.
It's called Sorry Bro, which is an amazing episode.
Yeah, that actually is.
Sorry, bro.
So we haven't
We'll get there though.
Yeah,
we'll
yeah,
get there though.
yeah,
After
we'll get
4
there.
seasons of
But
this
like,
podcast.
yeah, the stints in Sorry Bro, the front porch, like, we'll see. But like, these ones have a lot of meat on the bone.
Yeah.
Aaron, you want to do a quick introduction of what How I Met Your Mother is about?
I would love to, Joe. How I Met Your Mother, personally, one of my favorite shows, maybe my favorite show. I think I've seen it more times than I can count.
That's not that many.
Aaron could only count.
I can count to two. And
that was a layup.
yeah, no, that was really stupid. You didn't make that joke the first time.
I think
I was nervous.
our
Now
friend's
loose.
daughter Mia can probably count higher than you. If
All
that
right.
means anything. She's 1.5. She's how old? We're getting from info
You can
from
talk.
our producer. How old is Mia?
She's 1.5. I said she can count to 10.
She can count to 10, 1.5.
All right, so I'm doing all right.
Yeah, not bad.
So this is how the show goes. It's Ted Mosby. He's the main character, and he's telling his kids. He's sitting them down and telling them the story of how he met their mother. And it takes place when he's about 27 years old, living on the Upper West Side with his best friend from college.
Of the city.
That's where we are right now.
Yeah.
On
that's
the
how-
Upper West
and That's
Side.
how old
Yeah.
Aaron was about 10 years ago.
Of the city. Oh, he really
Dude,
was.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Shit, we're old.
It's just such an applicable show. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I am living with friends from college. I don't know if I would consider them my best friends, but
Probably not.
If you're living with Liz and Madeline, then you're best
Then
friends.
I'm with my best friends.
Yeah.
Shout out.
And or I guess I'll. Okay, I'm not gonna say. Go.
And
We're still learning boundaries, guys. We're still learning boundaries.
The hardest part about this show will be boundaries, because editing. I think it'll be hard. It's just gonna be so hard to edit if someone says something bad.
It's fine.
But also,
I'm not
we're
gonna say
assuming
that.
that people are gonna listen.
Anything done or said
This
on
is
the
a clean show. This
anything
is-
done or said on the show will not and cannot be taken personally. And
Yeah.
we take no. We don't hold any.
Put that disclaimer
Any
out
faults
before
for
every
anything.
episode.
So if you think it's about you, it probably is, and please don't take it personally.
Yeah. We're gonna make up some fake names.
I like the fake names.
Yeah. But let's do fake names.
Yeah.
My
Like
name
blah, blah.
is Shlomo.
We're telling stories in their fullest
Yeah.
with the deepest of details, but we're just taking names out. So like, if you know the stories about you, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. To all of Aaron's hinge dates, all of Aaron's hinge dates that are listening, it's about you,
Yeah.
girl.
And so all of Joe's 2 hinge dates that he's gone in his life. One.
Yeah.
It's not about you.
Shout
It's
out.
definitely-
I don't
it's
remember
definitely
her
not about
name.
you.
I don't. Yeah.
Blah blah.
I think it was no, it wasn't Monica. I don't know. I mean, I've done so
Definitely
many.
not Monica.
I've
It's
done
the
so
one.
many
Yeah.
that I don't remember.
Oh, wow.
But back to the plot of the show. The show is basically entirely a flashback, and Ted reliving his 20s and 30s, dating throughout New York City, trying to find the one, desperately trying to find the one, being kind of
Not that desperate.
all right. Well, you know,
We'll get there.
if you're watching the show, you'll see. If you've already seen it, you know. But being kind of a simp along the way, being a legend at points, and yeah, and it's just his relationship with his friends, his relationships throughout the show, and we're gonna relate it to our lives because we find that it's pretty similar.
We got 3 single guys living in New York and New Jersey right here, so
Shout out Jersey. Shout out Jersey.
shout out, man.
Shout out my love.
I mean, yeah.
I feel like Ari you could do the voice of that black guy, but it always relates back to that guy for me. What's the episode, Aaron, when he leaves Ted the voice notes? Like I feel like you could
The deep
essentially,
voice guy.
yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
No, but we're getting way too ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
We're gonna go episode by
We
episode
haven't
here.
even started the episode, started
Yeah.
anything yet.
We're going episode by episode, just
What was
relating
his
it to
name,
our
though?
lives.
You just
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
always
can
forgot
name.
his name.
No, I'm
It's
not. I haven't
Is it
watched
Monica?
it. I haven't watched it 8
Monica
times
was
like
a
you.
guy.
All right.
Oh no, but it might have been.
Like
Was it
Murph?
a female name, or
This is gonna kill me.
Yeah,
like, I'm not
it
gonna be
was-
able to think about anything
Google.
until I get this.
Look it up right now.
No,
'cause
I'll
do-
get it.
I'll
No,
look it up. I
look
can
it
do
up.
that.
All right, so
But
here,
then, yeah, keep talking. Then I'll.
as
look
we've
it up.
discussed before, I think what we should do is woat of the episode, goat of the episode, most relatable moment, and
His
we'll
name was Stan.
Stan!
That's also what they do. They're like Stan.
Yeah. And we'll just go off of that.
We're also going to be watching each episode before we play the pod, so it'll be fresh in our memories.
I'm not doing that, but
Joe will be doing that as well.
I gotta listen to podcasts.
That's true. That's true. Should we get into episode 1?
Yeah, episode 1.
Should we do our little theme song?
Oh, we didn't do it at the beginning. Yeah, let's do it
Do we
now.
do it at the beginning or do we do it at the end?
I feel like we should do it.
No, it's totally. It's like we just
Should've
introduced
done it in the
everything.
beginning,
No.
but-
We introduced it, and now before the episode, we go into it. No, you ever watch Bill Simmons? Listen to Bill Simmons?
Yeah, like
And he
Pearl
always gives an
Jam.
intro, and then he goes,
Yeah.
"Now, Pearl Jam."
Okay, yes, we should do it.
Yeah.
3.
I didn't start
Hey! Welcome to
All
How
right.
We Met Their
Ari, why don't you start us off with your goat of the first episode?
Oh, we're doing goats. Go to the first episode.
Or
honestly,
whichever one you want, honestly. Doesn't
We didn't really
matter.
talk about the episode at all. So like how
We should just go off of that.
no, because everyone here should be watching the episode
Right, I don't-
actually right before.
People, I said this in the last one that no one will ever hear. Actually, they will hear it. I don't think people should rely on us
Yeah.
to like
I know.
tell
but,
like it's also so short. It's like 20 minutes.
But what I liked about the first time we did it, we talked about the episode and like major points, and then at the end we were like, "Go, whoa."
So then maybe we
that's
should do
fine.
most relatable moment because that will lead to major points. Because if we do major points, then most relatable moment, then we could be
I'll
talking
start
about
off,
the
I'll
most
start
relatable
off,
moment
I'll
without.
start off. Goat, Marshall, dude proposes, love of his life, person he always wanted, you know, and that's
Oh,
pretty much it.
Lori, I'm
Isn't that
engaged.
cute?
I'm Lori.
engaged.
Lori.
Not
I'm
married.
married.
Not married.
Yeah, I'm
When's your
married.
anniversary, by the way?
April 11th, don't forget it. Send wishes to Joe Solomon for Aaron Goldmeyer, actually. You remember when you blacked out at my wedding? Aaron
it's,
remembers nothing.
And
I remember the-
said a lot of
I
things that
remember
can't be repeated or else we'll get
After
canceled.
drinking his way through the entire ceremony and then not remembering anything and then somehow making my aunt's mom believe
That-
that Shlomo's the alcoholic.
I didn't have anything to do with that, but I was not the one who brought the bottle to the chuppah. All right, that whoever did that, it was their fault
Amen,
because
brother.
I have no control once that starts.
That's King Solomon, Shlomo.
I didn't write down my goats or woats for the first episode.
That's
so-
fine. But that was my goat just because it's shout out to my wife, you know?
That's
But that's
nice.
it. And then I'll be stop being so.
Right.
Should I use my goat
sassy
from
or
our
whatever.
first episode?
Yeah, I mean, no one heard it.
No, I heard it.
I didn't.
Um,
I wasn't
So Barney mentions that his new, the new type of girl that he's into are Lebanese girls. And Lebanese girls, and Barney plays Have You Met Ted with a girl at the bar, and it turns out she's Lebanese. And when Ted asks her out, she says that she's dating the bartender Carl. So Carl is my goat of the episode because he landed a Lebanese girl. So
Yeah, by the way.
Yeah, sit for Carl.
Just for the Have I Met Ted bit here. For anybody who hasn't watched, I mean, you all probably have watched, but Have You Met Ted is just the way that Barney gets any person / woman at the bar to talk to Ted. Now, about a week and a half ago, Joe wasn't there because he's not close enough with Eitan Ramon currently. We had
So
a
we're
bachelor
just-
party.
We're just gonna make people cry.
I thought that was the whole point.
I wasn't invited, so whatever.
But it's okay.
I'm laying down my microphone.
Yeah, okay, there it goes. And you know, we were at this club in Chamonix, France. Chamonix.
beautiful place.
Beautiful
Great
place. You know, shredded some greens. It was a wonderful time. And we were all getting a little toasty, some alcohol, a lot of champagne bottles.
Stuff was flowing.
A lot of champagne bottles. I think someone covered the tab, which is pretty dope for
We
our
won't
pockets.
name names.
Won't name names, but thank you. And then there are these
I
two
still
girls,
owe a lot of
one
money.
from West Village and one from, you know, Brooklyn, who decided to come up to our table. And, you know, we were chit-chatting away, and then I go to Aaron. I was like, hey, have you met Aaron? And when I say that Aaron couldn't say a word to these girls, I actually went up to them. I'm like, sorry, he's just shy.
And for the listeners out there, this is my first time hearing this story. So
It's just another night at the wedding.
I do not remember that happening.
I said, have you met Aaron? And then they were like, oh, that's from How I Met Your Mother. And then Aaron.
They did?
Yeah, they knew where it was from.
Damn it!
I know. And, you know, I can't comment on the looks of other women, but I think you would have enjoyed it. And, you know, next time.
You win some, you lose some.
Next time you lose them.
I was focused on having a good time with the boys. All right.
Amen.
There's always that guy at the bachelor party that like leaves the group to like try to make a move on a girl. Usually our roommate.
Yeah, definitely. Usually.
Like leaves the boys completely.
Yeah. Or
His
Goldstein.
sole mission
Yeah.
of a bachelor party is just to talk to girls.
Yeah.
And like,
It's never Aaron.
it's never me.
Or me.
Yeah, Joe. It depends. How old
no.
are
Oh my god.
Because bringing it back to the episode.
Yeah. Yeah. Back to the episode.
Barney has no problem going up to a girl and just tapping her on the shoulder and playing Have You Met Ted. I wouldn't even have the balls to go up to a girl and play Have You Met Ted for someone else.
Well,
That's why we're in therapy, dog.
This goes in.
This is why we're here.
We'll zigzag into relatable moment, and this was my most relatable moment, is not being able to talk to a girl in a bar, and needing someone to like give you that little push. But even when you get that push, still no.
It's still tough, dude. It's
impossible.
just like words are
Yeah.
hard to think of.
I
mean,
when
I
you're
think
standing face to face with
Ari's
a
good
beautiful
at
girl.
it, but
I think
was
that-
good at it.
Was. I think the answer comes down to how willing is the girl to talk to you, right? And I think that's because in the episode when they played Have You Met Ted with Robin, she was very interested in the conversation, but she easily could have just like 99% of New York girls just been like, no, and then you just like feel like an absolute turd ball.
So
Yeah.
you're saying it's not me, it's them.
Joe, I think you can, if you put your mind to it, you can get anyone.
I legitimately have never ever gone up to a girl at a bar and been like, and started a conversation.
Yeah.
This is why we do the pod. This is why we do the
But
pod.
also,
This-
how often are we going to a bar where it's as chill as
Right.
McLaren's was, where there's just like groups of people
You're right.
hanging out? Like it's always like it's
Right.
crazy, and that's like why we go.
Well, that's what Philly was for. I think Philly had more of those than New York does.
Philly.
What's it called? The place on the east side, Stumble In. When we went that time with Shlomo.
That was better.
You're right. Those
That was
girls came
better.
up. Those girls kind of came up to us. Then.
They came up to us. We didn't have to do
And then
anything.
we left. Literally sat at our table and we left.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I know this story. What happened
I don't-
here?
Shlomo took us out to the Stumble In on his company, and these girls were very wanted to come hang out, and we were like, yeah, we're going.
Slow carried conversation for a bit. One guy there was married, and then me and Joe were like on the side, just ripping shots,
Yeah.
getting ready to go out for the night.
What do you want?
Are you
Slomo?
presenting yourself to us?
What restaurant was this?
Stumble in.
Stumble In when those girls were there, and then yeah,
All right.
whatever. Okay, that's my relatable moment. Should we just now do your guys' relatable moments, then we can go back to
I
those?
did my goat. You did relatable moment. Now it's up to Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron,
He's gotta
give
do
us a
something.
goat or
relatable
woat.
moment?
No, give us a goat or woat. Oh wait, you can do a relatable moment. Yeah, sorry.
Why not?
No, you can.
Oh, I can't.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Do whatever you like.
Okay, well, we didn't really dive into the episode. There's a lot to talk about. But getting the sign on a first date,
The sign.
the sign,
That's your relatable moment.
yes.
Because I
I've
feel like
gone-
people who are listening are gonna take notes and stuff. So
Yeah, you should. Learn from my mistakes.
Learn how Aaron reacts. On
I
dates.
have gone
Missing
on.
words.
I've gone on many a first date.
He can count to many.
Yeah, more times than I can count. Many. And getting the sign on a first date. First dates suck. I mean, in my opinion, you're nervous. I don't feel like I'm myself on every first date because I'm so nervous most of the time. But then the walk home, I'm thinking like, should I make a move? Should I is it the vibe right now? Ted 1,000,000% got the sign 1,000,000 times over and didn't make a move.
Mhm.
He's the woat of the episode for me. But
It's not a bad take.
I've been on a first date where it was going so well, and I totally thought that the vibe was there. I walked her back to her apartment, and we're standing outside her front door. I go in for it, and she backs away. And basically, since then, I'm like, I'm never making the move on a first date.
Well, no one has to there's nothing to be embarrassed about. No one knows unless you say it on a podcast that so many people listen to.
That's true.
But this is
I'm with
my
Joe on
therapy.
this,
This is my
like,
therapy session.
Yeah.
If you're, let's say you've gone on, just for sake of argument, 10 first dates. What percent of them that you put the move, you went in for the little, kisser? What percent do you think you got the little kiss back? I would say it's probably pretty high, just for.
I say
kiss.
it's low.
Oh.
I never go in for it.
Well, yeah.
Unless it's so obvious, like Ted had it.
Mm.
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling really good. The date went so well.
Mm.
What, Joe? You clearly want to say something.
I feel like we should bring Shlomo in because his success rate is
Well,
so high.
How
does he get the sign? How does he get the
There's
sign?
one thing that Shlomo does that Aaron doesn't do, and it's buy more alcohol.
True.
And I think that's
True.
That was the answer for Shlomo. And you know, Shlomo's a flirter. Aaron's a deep diver.
I'm not a flirter on the first date.
Yeah. He's
Come here.
Shlomo's listening to us as we. Would you want to? We have a
Yeah,
guest seat.
we have a
Are you
guest
gonna yell
chair.
from there, or are you gonna sit down?
Don't do drugs.
He's not in the right condition right now. It's so fine.
But I really think that's the key, honestly. I'm not the key because I don't want to make it seem like alcohol's the answer, but I think that sometimes
exactly
it allows you, Aaron, as a person and as a force to be reckoned with, to be a little more, looser, a little more flirty, and therefore would allow for more of a, consensual kiss later on in the night.
I will say that I did go on a date last week, and
What's her name?
we got 2 rounds, and I was definitely feeling better after the second round.
So you're just saying
But then she
more...
didn't even want me to walk around.
Well, that's like
because she was like, I want to take this on a second, third, and fourth date.
No, she didn't.
Well, that's why you're here on a
that's not the
Tuesday
sign.
night.
If you offer to walk her home, she says no.
And she said no.
Yeah,
That's
not the
sign. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
That's the problem.
that's the sign I should go home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the sign.
oh, go on.
No, that's a good sign, honestly.
I have a funny story actually. Me and Shlomo both went on the same date. Me and Shlomo both went on the same date. I went on a date with this girl, and basically she had the whole night planned out. I didn't plan any of it. We went to a bar, and then we went to her apartment afterwards, and that was probably the sign, but I didn't pick up on that. She wanted to smoke at her apartment or eat a sandwich.
Is this the mattress girl?
Mattress girl.
When you were in YU?
No, this is not mattress.
Is this the Lebanese girl?
And then after we hung out at her apartment for a little bit, we just left because I wasn't making a move. And then we went to get pizza, and then walked to the subway, and she pulled me in for the kiss. There was no second
This girl
date.
seems like a keeper.
I was down for a second date after that.
She wasn't?
I loved the pants. She was wearing the pants. It was great.
Oh, the pants.
And then
Aaron's a passenger princess.
Shlomo matched with her on Hinge a little bit later, and then he ended up going on the same date and having the same play-by-play. And
So
it's a story we'll always share.
This girl's got a playbook.
Ooh.
She might.
She's got a.
She might have a
girl
playbook.
code.
But most relatable moment, Ted definitely not going in for the kiss. Every first date I struggle with that.
Yeah.
That is just so we know where we're at right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's been 20 minutes and we've
Oh, we're doing great.
yeah.
We're doing great.
Um,
Question for you guys. Ted steals the blue French horn.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty iconic moment in the show. It kind of carries throughout the show. Have you guys ever? What is the blue French horn that you guys have ever done for anybody? For anybody? You guys have a blue French horn kind of situation?
I've never stolen anything from a restaurant.
You're saying like what's a big
Well,
time
like a big
simp?
deal.
What's a big time simp moment?
Big simp.
You're right. Listen, when they bury me at 120, the one thing they won't be able to say about me is that I was ever a simp for 1 second in my entire life.
Dude.
So,
Dude.
yeah, I don't got a
Loving
moment because
father.
I've never been a simp.
Yeah.
We can just cover
Loving
cover
husband.
simp in
Big
episode
time
2.
simp.
Yeah. Oh, episode 2 is
Yeah,
simp.
that
Simp,
I don't.
simp.
We'll save it for episode 2.
Okay.
That's a great question.
Thank
I don't
you,
have an
appreciate
answer off
that.
the top of my head.
Yeah, no, I haven't stolen a blue French horn.
You bought my on a ring.
Yeah, that's a big one. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Mayan, if you're listening to this right now, just text
Right.
us what's the biggest simp move I did for you.
Yeah, I'd have to think about that one.
I don't know. I brought you guys to her first birthday party. Remember that? That was a good time.
I don't
We came
remember
like
that.
2 hours late.
I don't.
I don't remember that. I probably wasn't
A long
alive.
time.
Joe wasn't there because I didn't
Yeah.
really know Joe at the time.
You're right.
I was still letting your room
Oh, true.
back in what 4W?
Yeah, 4W, way back in the day.
Right.
Ari, do you have a relatable moment or a whoa?
Relatable moment. What would my relatable moment be? Because I know I did my goat. Relatable moment is. I don't know.
Do you remember the first episode?
I'm forgetting it now. Too much to drink at the bar.
Okay, I have a question for you, Ari, because you're in a marriage right now. What's the way to say that? But
Thank the Lord.
He's in it.
you are married right now, and a topic that comes up is the olive theory.
Good question.
And Joe
I also
taught
have
me.
a relatable moment afterwards. Continue.
Okay. Joe made me think about this in a different way last time when our first podcast failed. But I in my head it was always surrounded by olives. But Joe raised a good point that it's just like anything, like something that Joe, you want to explain?
Yeah, I said that I don't like hearts of palm, but Adina,
Your
also
wife.
your
Yeah.
wifey, does like hearts of palm. So that's why we get along so well together and why we're not married.
Yeah, and I would say that my wife, she for some reason, my wife hates frosting. So when she eats cupcake or she eats cake, she like is the nastiest. She essentially is eating the bottom of a muffin. You know how they sell muffin tops?
Yeah.
She'll eat the muffin bottom. She's like one of
The
those.
top is the best part.
She hates icing. So now eating any piece of cake is just you get 100% the best of what you want. It's kind of ideal because
That is-
I get what I want, which is the icing a little with mixed a little bit of cake,
Mm-hmm.
and then she gets what she wants, which is just the cake.
So
So
you
I would say we have the cake.
you would say that you like that white cream, and she doesn't like that white cream.
It doesn't have to be white. But
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's just any cream.
Well, right.
I don't discriminate.
Well, I hope she doesn't
cream.
like that black cream.
Joe, this is a podcast. being
All right, Joe.
distributed
Taking
to
it
the
there.
world.
You guys are both thinking it.
No, not until you brought it up, Mr. Joe. And then switching topics here outside of cream colors. I would say my relatable moment, I think I do this a lot, is Barney. All he wants to do is have a good time. He wants, he's annoyed at somebody because he wants to go laser tagging, and Ted wants to go on a date. And the amount of times that I just try to bug people in my lifetime, I'm just like, come on, dude, let's go laser tagging, you know?
Yeah.
Happens very frequently. And then I get met with like no, I have to like work 3 hours tomorrow from like Aaron, who like hates
Me?
my
What
job.
the fuck?
Do you have any stories that come to mind that maybe a time that you tried to convince Aaron to go out or do something and he didn't want to?
God.
I feel like that happens pretty frequently. I feel like that happens more with you.
Maybe one in the Jersey Shore.
I knew about this immediately. You didn't even.
Alright, that is a relatable moment. So we do this thing called shower shots, and that's honestly dedicated pretty much. It's not dedicated. It is Aaron and Joe's thing, and it is essentially useless without Aaron because Aaron takes a shower, Joe blasts some music and passes them shots, and whoever wants to join can join. Now we went to Margate.
I just want to clear this up. That
No,
Joe's not in the
no.
shower with me.
No,
Alright,
yeah,
he's passing
Most of the
shots from
time.
outside
Most of
the
the time.
house.
Andrew is that.
And Aaron takes 30-minute showers. It all stems because Aaron takes 30-minute showers. Doesn't believe you get clean unless you get really soapy. And foam is everywhere. So, and it's annoying on Saturday nights when we want to pregame, and this dude just is like showering for 4 hours. So Joe says, let's bring the party in. So we bring the party into the bathroom. Now we're in Margate, right, New Jersey, down the shore for a beautiful weekend. And Joe and I, as always, are down to go out and have a night. And Aaron's usually the third one with us. Most people, if they're lame, aren't down, but we are super down. But for some reason, this Saturday night, Aaron just wasn't feeling it, and we could not get him to come out. And we did shower shots without him. And yeah, John, you can continue the story there.
No, that's
But-
yeah. I relate to your relatable moment. Trying to get people to do fun things when they're not down. It's tough, Barney.
Yeah.
Neil Patrick Harris, we see you.
It's really just trying to get people to drink.
No.
Let's go laser tagging.
Yeah.
Should we go to laser tagging tomorrow night?
I asked you to play pickleball today, and you said no.
Okay, during the workday, I was not able to go play pickleball. Yes, sorry.
Yeah, Disney was
But I
down him.
really, I do appreciate the invite, considering you never invite me to pickleball when Evan and Andrew are available.
That's
They're
all
too
right.
good
This
for
is
you.
episode
They're
one.
too-
We can't
they're
blow the
too good for
podcast.
you.
All right.
Yeah, we're getting off topic
yeah.
here.
All right. What do we have left? We have Aaron's goat and
I
woat?
did goat and relatable moment.
Well, I mean, I did goat and a woat.
Oh, you did?
That's true. Yeah, you
I should probably write this down. I need to do my
did. Goat.
goat and woat.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just, I don't really.
I do want to say that Robin is kind of a goat in that episode. Ted was being super over the top with everything, and I mean, she was feeling it, and she was going along with it the entire way. I mean, clearly she was down. He didn't take the sign, but like, she didn't get creeped out by all the stuff that he was doing, like showing up to her apartment after the first date with a stolen blue French horn and wearing a suit. Coming all the way from the Upper West Side to show up at her apartment.
Yeah, I've never understood the and I know this is for a later episode, but like I don't know where any of this stuff takes place because she lives in Brooklyn, he lives in Upper West Side. That is far.
But she
Yeah.
comes to the bar every night.
Every night.
Listen,
It makes no.
I think
you know.
we should cover this in the Philly episode because time and distance don't matter.
It's not
Yeah,
a thing.
yeah,
It's
it's
not a
good.
thing.
Another thing though is in the beginning of the episode, she's there with some friends. Robin.
Yeah.
Those friends have never appeared ever
She drops
again.
them. She drops them
They're just
immediately.
dropped.
That's like the first episode of any show. Like,
Yeah, I
there's
guess
so
so.
so many characters and things. It's like, okay, this like gets scrapped.
Yeah. Do we know anyone? Ted lets Robin throw a drink in his face. To
Yeah,
get
that's a
her
good
attention.
one.
Do we know someone that would let a girl do that?
Anybody.
I can.
if you were like
If I was talking to a hot girl, yeah.
Aaron, you were like shirtless at a bar last week getting champagne thrown on you. I
True.
think you would let
Like
a hot
guys.
girl
I would
who's
let a hot-
interested in you
I
just
would-
throw a little champagne on you.
For all you ladies out there listening,
Yeah.
all
If you're
two.
into Aaron, just throw some champagne on
if
him.
you like what you see, find me at the bar and just throw a drink in my face.
Oh shoot that! Andrew.
I'll rip my goat.
Oh my God! Sorry.
That's tough.
That is tough.
Bam, out of bounds. This is a 3 to tie the game, sent to overtime. My goat is David Henry, the son, because I love Wizards of Waverly Place. Great show. My woat is gonna be the cab driver when he was like,
Ranjit?
no, the other guy with the creepy guy.
Oh, the first.
Yeah,
creepy
when he's
guy.
like, so
Yeah.
tell me more about this bed stuff. Listen,
Yeah.
you can't do that. Yeah,
I agree.
it's illegal.
I agree.
Yeah.
He's a good vote. That was actually a good.
Pretty inappropriate.
Right.
That's one of those that you have to have watched the episode right before to remember him
Right.
because he's the most forgettable person.
I watched it
Yeah,
last week. I
I-
still remembered, but I did
no,
pull up the
I
IMDb, which I feel like is a good move. Kind of jogs your memory a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, who else do we even have in here?
And we also got Ranjit, honorable mention, shout out, whatever you want to call it.
Yasmin is the vote in my opinion. I haven't done a vote yet. The Lebanese girl.
Yeah,
Well, 'cause you don't
Dude,
like
she
black
was
people,
like really
Hezbollah.
playing Ted a little bit.
she was playing Ted. a
Like
little
she's
bit.
the Lebanese
She
girl.
was-
that
She
they
was
wanted.
flirting. She was flirting.
Yeah,
with
in
us.
front of her boyfriend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right in front of
Bitch,
the
I'm gonna
bartender.
slap your face if you talk
Yeah.
like that.
Right in front of the bartender.
Like, come
So
on.
don't go for Lebanese girls.
Yeah, can't
yeah.
trust.
They're not loyal.
They not loyal.
But
They loyal.
yeah, I mean, just
continuing Ranjit. My bad, I interrupted.
and no, Ranjit. I mean, he's also a goat. Like he hangs out with them at the end of the night,
Mhm.
and he makes his presence known in the show.
Mhm.
He's a
And,
legend.
like he was probably a character they were gonna drop, but like I feel like people probably loved him
Yeah.
so much that the writers were like, you know what, we're keeping Ranjit around.
We should look that up. We should see like was he always meant to be part of the show?
Well, I mean, they launched. Josh Rander launched his podcast.
Oh, that's like how they met on
Yeah,
Mother
our
or something.
competition. We're literally going against
Yeah.
the creator and star of the show.
And if
Yeah.
you guys want to
Yeah.
buy us, that's
And they
fine.
copied our name,
You're right,
by the way.
literally.
Yeah, we had the name first.
So, something crazy that we haven't talked about is Ted saying "I love you" on the first date.
True.
Mhm.
True.
Personally, I've never done it.
Have you ever like thought it like, damn, I really like this girl?
Yes.
Really?
Not like I love you, but like, damn, that was a really, really good first date.
I felt that with you, man. I swear. Just wouldn't say it.
That's why you guys went on a break, or we'll get to that later.
I can get to that later as Tyler Hero missed the 3 with time 0. Okay, continue.
Tough.
I want to say that Ari and I were dating while we were living together, and I did feel like the third wheel, but like in a good way. Like I was part of the relationship.
You're welcome.
And there's a
Yeah.
part in the episode where Ted is like, I can't believe they're getting engaged. Like it's always been Marshall and Lily and me, but now it's gonna be Marshall and Lily and me.
Yeah, yeah.
And that is exactly how I felt.
Yeah, it's always gonna be Aaron and Mayan and me. You know.
Shout out to the mention of the bunk bed shaking. Having my room right next door.
And not only right next door, but we lived in a railroad
We
apartment.
did live in a
Which,
railroad
for all
apartment.
those who don't know, meant that for Aaron to go into his room, he had to walk through my room, and you can
It's
imagine.
crazy they like make that. Like,
You're
Yeah,
right. We
it's
paid a
so-
lot for it,
Yeah.
for what it was.
For New York, it was
yeah,
cheap,
it was
but-
cheap for New York, but like for what it was a lot.
Yeah, he had to walk through our room just to get to his room. So I think you can imagine the circumstances that he walked.
I think we should wrap it up.
I agree.
What minute are we on?
33.
I
Perfect. Perfect flow.
yeah. I mean, look, we
Any
covered
closing
the
thoughts?
major topics. I think saying I love you on a first date is it's a really nice thing. Honestly, I think it's a nice thing.
Are you capping?
Look, I say you should say it in a joking way.
LOL, JK, LOL.
LOL, JK, LOL. We should do a trip together. But
Yeah.
I think it's flattering. It may come off a little strong. Maybe that's why I'm still single.
Yeah, that's definitely why, dude.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
All right.
Just kidding. We love you.
Thanks,
I
everyone,
love you.
for listening to the
Just like
first
that.
episode of How We Met Their Mother.
Yep.
If I say so myself, I think that went great.
Listen, we don't comment on our own work. You know, we let the
Yeah, that was one
listeners.
take. Not too bad. No lines were
Shall
dramatically
we
crossed.
end it with a nice little?
Well, we're gonna do it at the end also. I think we should have a different song to end.
You read a bro code?
Oh, read it,
Oh,
bro.
yeah,
Code.
read it, bro
But you
code.
just have to open it to a random one.
But what if you read
That's it. That's the one.
Okay.
Article 64.
You'll later learn in the show that Barney has a bro code. It's rules for having bros and rules that you don't, like lines you don't cross with your bros. And I have the bro code with me. It's a gift from Ari and Aton
Video.
when we were living
Yes,
together. Because they knew that I was such a huge fan of How I Met Your Mother.
And it's also from Mayan and Amanda. Continue.
And to end, shout out. Article 64. A bro must provide his bro with a ticket to an event if said event involves the latter bro's favorite sports team in a playoff scenario.
That's a lame one. Unless you're
That is a
slow
lame
and
one.
you can just get us free tickets to Legends Yankees
Yeah.
games. What up?
I don't really care about sports, so
There. All right, that's episode 1. Thanks for
Episode
tuning
one.
in. Great job, boys. All right, I'm breaking do episode 2.
Can we make sure that's saved? You're on.
Yeah, I mean, it's saved. Want me to quickly hear it?
Are we done?
Okay.
Look.
That
was
was great.
fun.
Very easy. Good job, boys.
Definitely better than the first time. Fiona wants to be my friend. Who are you?
who's Fiona?
Let's exit out of that one.
All right, so Aaron, right, I just turn it off and then plug it in, right?
I don't know. Weren't you just working out with Tony upstairs?
Yeah, I think that's what we do. I just get those every time.
You turn it off?
Yeah, you turn it off and then you plug it in. Oh, wow. I'm so tired.
Yeah.
Should we take a coffee before the second episode? Take a shot?
You're not drinking.